Hello. You want my girlfriend? Am I can guess.
Here's everybody. Good evening, the one lonely person. Hey, Lynn. I'm doing well. What you been up to? Well, I was doing a countdown too. Well, thank you. I don't know if it was gonna be tacky for me to put my birthday link for birthday donations. So I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. That's tacky. But anywho, I got 16 more days to go. So I can't say I'm upset that I didn't do my birthday trip and my big birthday celebration for my 50th. You know, that's kind of a bummer, considering that I really wanted to do something. I don't know what I want. I want a job. Let me stop. I don't know. I need to get my hair done. I don't know what I want. Just surprise me. I know one thing. I don't need to be eating no more Chick-fil-A. Even though that's where I'm at right now, you know. The brand new Chick-fil-A that they built in Stone Mountain, they tore the old one down. Let me show y'all how it looks. It looks so nice in here. Hey, Nicole. Yeah, I was going to do one, but I was like, I was trying to do a local trip. Like, for instance, I wanted to, I need to go on meetup.com and see if anybody's going to the mountains at the casino. So I could, you know, it's like $25. You could go to the casino up in the mountains. And I just wanted to go up there, not to gamble, but, you know, just go up there, look at the trees and sit on the bus and play little things at O'Hara's and walk around. So my other thing I was going to plan on doing was I was going to go to like Chateau Elan, and it's in Brazelton, Georgia. It's not too far, and they have like a little resort, so I was going to do that. That's what I wanted to do, but it was like, but I wanted to do that trip to like Vegas, so but I don't know, because you know, I started this other, you know, this job at not Wipro, at the other company, T-Tech, and, you know, I don't want to take any days off. You can't really take any days off because I'm still in the training mode, and I can't take, like, days off without it counting against you in a way. But I'm going to text you something, a message later, because I don't want to post anything about companies or anything like that. But I'm somewhat in a dilemma. I ain't going to say dilemma, because you know what? I just interviewed with another company before on my way home. I had an interview at 4 o'clock for this one other company. And pretty much they'll tell me they're going to let me know either tomorrow, because the recruiter came from Florida, and she said she'll contact people either Friday or Monday for sure. So it's not that bad of a distance, because it's like not too far from my house. It's like down the road. It's in Tucker, so it's kind of like, you know, 6-7 miles. Yeah, it's about 6-7 miles from my house. Yeah, 6-7 miles. And then, of course, the other place I work at is not far either. But where I'm working at now is like seasonal, temporary, till March. And then this position is permanent. Yes, I don't do the live anymore, Nicole. Boy, let me tell you, the live screwed me. They really did. 2 weeks ago, it's been 2 weeks ago, I went, they gave me do the deliveries, right? Now, you know, I've been doing my deliveries like clockwork, you know, no problems. So they had gave me one order to go to Best Buy, which was up the street from my job, and then go to Stone Mountain first. So they gave me all these crazy orders. So anyway, I went to one location. After going all the way out the way, the person's package wasn't there. I called customer service, waited on the phone, and they wanted me to go to perimeter, and then they wanted me to go back to where I was, and it was all over the place. So I'm driving and waiting for them to pick up the phone for the dispatch, and then they call me, and this girl, this young girl, you could tell she's young. You could hear it in her voice. Are you on your way to the... I said, I'm driving down such and such a street. And I'm going to the next location. She hangs the phone up on me, and removed the orders that I had. And I said, So the next morning, I get this email from Deliv talking about I broke the terms and conditions of my contract. So I responded back I cursed them out when I responded back, because I knew that chickenhead girl tried to mess me up on the previous day before. But that's okay, because for the last 3 weeks prior to that doing Deliv, I've only been getting like $49, $60-something. It's like all of a sudden, I ain't gonna say all of a sudden, but gradually the orders with Deliv was coming in kind of sporadic. You know, it's like I wasn't getting as many deliveries like I used to get when I was working. Hardly. So I guess it was all good, because it wasn't consistent. I wasn't getting the consistent $300, $400 like I used to get. And then I guess when I started going back to work, I wasn't able to do Deliv during the daytime like I used to. When I was doing Deliv, I would have like morning time. I would pick up packages earlier during the day. But now, when I went back to work, working from 6:30 till 3:30 or 9 to 6 or whatever, it was like I couldn't do it. And then I couldn't do Deliv anyway, because with this job, my other job, I work at T-Tech, I'm going to be working from 9:30 to 6. So I can't do Deliv anymore anyways. And I was gradually I've kind of weeded my way from not doing the gig jobs anymore, requiring me to drive. So that's why I hardly do Zippy. I'm still on their platform. I hardly pick up any blocks for Amazon, even though they have packages, but they too far. So it's like now it's not really conducive for me to do these delivery jobs anymore. So what I decided to do was work. Someone just told me that on working from home, and Amazon and the fulfillment center was hiring again for the holiday season. And you know, of course, Amazon pays $15 an hour. So knowing what I know now, I'm gonna check it out and see. But anywho, I have an interview tomorrow at Carter's, which is the children line, clothing line. They have a distribution center up there in Brazelton, and they're looking for people for part-time and full-time, weekends, and I assume evenings, and they pay $13 an hour. Yeah, $13 an hour. So I'm gonna go there tomorrow, and I'll be looking for a regular part-time job, put it that way. So I figured, you know, I'm tired of driving. My car is on its last hurrah. Literally, I spent 400 and something dollars, 460 something a few weeks ago on brakes and what else did I get done? Brakes and the headlight. And I tell you, I had that Harlequin, that video I showed you with the Harlequin, that expensive ass headlight on that Kia. And I still gotta get things done with the car. So I gotta buy, you know, and prior to that, a week before that, I had already spent 200 and something for 2 new tires. And I gotta buy 2 more tires in the front. So I've been spending a lot of money on my car in the last month. If it, you know, I had to take a distribution from my retirement plan, just enough for me to pay my regular bills because I was already behind on my house, my mortgage, and then I spent, you know, almost a couple of $1,000s on my car. So I said, you know what? It ain't worth it anymore. It's not worth it. All this driving and I was, you know, I'm calculating my miles with the Live, and I'm like, I said I drove 70 something miles, and when I get the statement, it's like they say it's 30 something miles. I said, what the hell? And you can't, you know. So I was tired of them, and then I was only getting like 3 hours of actual pay. 3 to 4 hours of actual pay at $13.50. I've also emailed you about the Live. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't get, well, like I said, I pretty much moved on with the Live. Especially after last week when they told me about my contract. And I was like, you ain't sent me no email numerous times. You know, how you gonna complain about I'm arriving to the location early to deliver a package? The only emails they sent me was about that. I said, that doesn't make any sense. And then when I go to the place that I'm delivering to early, it's a business. And I said, if I had delivered it according to what y'all said it was, this business would have been closed. So, and I already told them, and I had told them about this already. But that's all right, you know. Sometimes things only have a lifetime usage, and that's it. When I did these Deliv and Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash and all these companies for food deliveries, it was supposed to only serve the purpose of me getting income when I was not employed. Now that I have a job and I'm employed, it's not really serving me the purpose that it needs to serve. And if anything, I'll be spending more money on my regular pay and not really make anything, you know. So it's I can't really justify doing those many hours like that. And then at the same time, my schedule's not really going to allow me to do it unless I do it on Saturday, Sunday, in the evenings. And it's like all these companies, especially these food delivery companies, it kind of died down in Atlanta. It's like all of a sudden, you know, after 4 years, because you have to think about it, these companies been in Atlanta, I would say 4 or 5 years. Food deliveries has been burnt out, and then this is going on over 2 years. After that, the whole game of these food delivery apps has changed in Atlanta. No, I don't see people doing deliveries anymore. Oh, Zipmit, really? I don't know what Zipmit is, but I know one thing. It's the writings on the wall. Some of these companies, they can't really sustain the service that they provide. You know, these companies sign up with these companies to do deliveries. They do it for a temporary time, but then after that, they be like, they're not making no money. So they kind of, it's kind of like less and less. They're losing the contracts. They'll lose the contracts just easily. You know, and like I said, it didn't make any sense. 3 weeks in a row, I was only getting $40-something, $30-something, $30-something, $40-something. I was like, I was making at least $1,200. Signing up for blocks, they just send orders as they come for packages, and you can just pick the deliveries you want to do. Oh, okay. So they changed, and so Nicole, did they change it, or is it another company altogether that's doing it? Because I never heard of Zipmit before. Oh, okay. See, when I first heard of Deliv, I heard about Deliv and someone in New York doing Deliv. But that was almost 2 years ago when I heard people doing it. It was almost 2 years ago. People in New York, they were saying that they weren't getting paid anything. They said they get the same $13.50, but they would be on the on duty for the 4 hours or whatever number of hours, and they wouldn't get anything. And then if you get a delivery request within that time frame, you only pay for the time you're doing the delivery. So you could be on there for 4 hours, but say you get one order and it's taking you to go 40, 30, you travel 40-something miles. They're not paying you from the time you leave to go to the place. They only paying you from the time you leave, say Macy's, going to the person's house. They take away 17 miles from that. So in actuality, if it's 24 miles, they're going to take away 17 of the 24 hours. And they only going to pay you for 7 miles, even though it took you 20 miles drive to the place. And then if you do that one delivery and you waited all that time, they're not paying you half of the time. Exactly. So unless it was worthwhile when, hey, your purpose life. So it was only good when I had like a bunch of deliveries for that day, when I had deliveries to do that day. It was a lot of miles, and it was feasible then. But when you don't have any deliveries to do, that's when you put them in timeout. I don't know. All these places, it's like I said, all these places, I don't know. The money's not there anymore. I'm sorry. I can't put if the only miles I want to put on my car is the miles I'm going to put on my car to go to work and come home, and that's it. Anything else, I'm not even trying to bust my behind and do. So I've been out the loop. I can't seem to bring myself back into doing the gig jobs anymore. I can't even do Amazon anymore because I turned on the app. I said, let me turn on the app. I was like, no, I don't even feel like doing it. I don't feel like driving to Lawrenceville. I don't feel like driving to Smyrna and picking up no packages and going all those miles all the time. Yeah, that's true. And I've been doing it full time for so long that now when I have a regular job, doing it part-time, even doing it part-time doesn't really make sense to me anymore. I mean, I know it's a good part-time gig job to do, but when I'm thinking about all those miles that I was putting on there and all the money I was spending in gas, I was breaking even to zero. So what I'm gonna be doing is looking for a regular part-time job in the evening, maybe in the weekends, at this Carter distribution center. I'm gonna go there tomorrow. I'll let y'all know tomorrow. And I'd rather get out, I'd rather just have, I'd rather scan clothes, ship them off to the people, and that's it. And then paying at $13, that's not bad. I'm not doing no heavy boxes. I'm not doing that hard work at Amazon when I was working with those boxes. Now that I'm not gonna do. But when I found out those people who work during the daytime or early morning with Amazon, and all they do was directing the cars and pulling the cart, man, when I found out that job, I should have took that one instead. That was the easiest thing to do. Hard labor job I was doing at 1 o'clock in the morning. That was ridiculous. Amazon got those jobs. All you do is check the list, and then you go to, and then you just you just give the cart to the drivers, and that's all. That's all you do at Amazon, and you direct people in the warehouse. Man, when I found that, and you sitting down, and all you doing is processing packages. You're not actually doing the actual laborer's work. I went to that Lawrenceville location about a month ago when I first started doing Amazon again, and I started seeing what they were doing. I said, what? How the hell they got that job? I should have known. And they get paid $15 an hour to do nothing. So they opened up a location in Jefferson, Georgia. One of my co-workers who work with me now, she applied a couple weeks ago. She works there part-time at night. I think she works there at night. Yeah, she works there at night. I said, what do you do? And she's, she said all they do is scan boxes, and that's it. Yep. I have to do the gig jobs part-time because I have a 1-year-old, so I need the flexibility, but that is the only reason I do them. Yeah. That's a good thing because it's flexible and you can do it whenever you want. So that's why I said, you know what, I'll keep that in my back pocket. So when I feel like doing it again, I'll just turn on Amazon Flex, I'll turn on Ziffy, and I may re-sign again with Uber Eats, but I may do that next year. Uber Eats keeps sending me a message talking about my driving license record or my registration. I said, you don't need to make up your mind. You told me you don't want me on there no more, and you're telling me to update my information. So I'll put Uber Eats on the I'll just put Uber Eats next year, January. But I'm gonna look for a regular part-time job for now because I need a schedule, And my sister, she was doing Uber and Amazon Flex in Houston, and she stopped doing it. She was doing it for a couple months, and she found a job at UPS. So she'll be working at UPS part-time. So I think that brand new Lexus she bought, I know darn well I wasn't gonna I told her not to put something, I wouldn't do nothing. If I bought to have a Lexus, I wouldn't do that type of jobs. Now she was doing customers, like people, and she was doing a couple hours after work or whatever, and she was making $70 or something like that. But she didn't too much care for Amazon. She was doing the packages too. She was doing that because it was just too much. So she took a part-time job working at UPS, making $14 or $15. Making $14 or $15 an hour. And to be honest, UPS, FedEx, and all those kind of jobs, working in the warehouse, they pay $14, $15 an hour. 13, between 13, 14, depending on which one. But I don't know. I'd rather do that part-time. Like I said, I'm finding out tomorrow. I'm gonna go there tomorrow and see how that goes. But I don't think it'll be. It won't be bad. It's not gonna be bad. I'll do it during the season, during the winter season. because it's gonna be way too cold to be getting on the car, driving. You know, right now it's cloudy. I'll show y'all outside real quick if y'all can see it. I'll show y'all later when I get to the car. But it's already cold. It's like 50 something degrees. Now that's not cold, but you know, the weather is about to drop. In the coming days, it's gonna be cold. So for some reason, we're gonna have a cold winter, even though we still in fall. But it's gonna be too cold to be driving around picking people food. And I know it may be busy, 'cause a lot of people be lazy and they don't want to get their own food. But you know, they're gonna have to give me I'm gonna have to I'll resume it again. But like I said, Deliv, whatever. They're probably, I sent them an email about the issues that I was having with them. And to be honest, it just, I don't know. I mean, 3 weeks and I've only made $40, and I was like, I wasn't getting no hours. I was like, what the hell? That didn't make any sense. And like I said, Deliv is pretty good when it comes to when you have the availability during the daytime, but I don't know what's going on in Atlanta. It's like they certainly don't, it's like these companies, I guess they tried out at first, and then they try things out, and then if it doesn't work out for them, they said nope, it ain't feasible for them to do it anymore. So, and I guess at the same time, Amazon really puts their stamp on those type of services. So it's kind of hard to justify the cost. And like I said, I guess maybe that's why they were so limited to the number of people they have available to do it. But since my schedule is not as open like it used to be, you know, I guess it was cute to get $13.50 an hour. But I said, if I get the same $13, if I get the same $13, $14 an hour doing the same thing, working in a warehouse, and all you doing is processing pictures in a warehouse, and you work 20 hours a week, and I'm not driving anywhere other than back home to the place and back home. My thing is, as long as I'm making a certain amount of money, but I'm not spending as much gas as much like I used to going to work and coming back home. I'm not, you know, I remember at one point I probably was going to the gas station at least twice a week. And when you're spending, you know, $70 in gas, because if I fill up all the way, you know, let's say you round up to $30. No, let's say you round up to 25, just for the sake of numbers. $50 a week in gas, twice a week. $200 a month in gas, and that's not even, and that's really on the low number, because the more miles that I had to drive to do the different deliveries, even if I did, you know, Deliv, and then I did Uber Eats, I was putting a lot of miles and spending a lot of money in gas easily. I guess I'd be so afraid to hit that button and see how much I'm spending. It was kind of like, what's going on? I'm not making nothing, you know? I wasn't making anything, and that was the, you know, that was the suck part. But like I said, it's different when you're working just to make money to pay bills. But you know, it's all right. It did what it did. It did what it had to do, and I'm glad that I was able to tell people about my experiences with Deliv and all these other companies, and people people came across my video to say, you know what, let me go ahead and sign up with the Live too. That's important. It serves its purpose for me, and someone else is able to do it because they saw my video and they signed up and it works for them. That's what's important. You know, that's what's important, because these jobs, it's not meant forever. It's not meant for longevity, to do it forever and ever. It has a season and it has a purpose. Yeah, that's true. And the thing about it is, like, you're still paying money on taxes on income that you have to make, and then you could write off what you need to write off, but it ain't that much. Yeah, it's a temporary solution. My solution was that I needed a job. I needed something to do until I find something, and you know, and it did what it had to do. You know, it did exactly what it needed to do at the time, and that's what's important. And then most thing is that we got in on the upside when the pay was worth. Yeah, exactly. When you come into something just at a good opportunity in the beginning, it's just like multi-level marketing. You come in there at the infancy stage or the beginning stage, you're gonna make some money. But then as it matures and you don't have any residual income or people, you know, money coming in from that, you'll make money making residual income. But when you work at these type of jobs, these type of gig jobs, you know, you come in there, the people who started in the beginning, when they first started, they was making good money. They was making good money. And like I keep telling people, when they will start talking about, oh, we give you a referral, and people made that money in the beginning, that beginning stage. They was making money on the referrals with YouTube, making videos, people signing up, and they was making money on the referrals. Now look what happened. They saturated the market. They saturated the market with drivers. They saturated with people. Everybody started doing deliveries. Everybody started doing Grubhub and Uber Eats and Deliv and all these companies. I can say Deliv. Everybody started jumping on board. Now look what happened. They got so many people doing it that they have it covered. They don't have to pay you anything. Especially when you think about what they did with Uber and Lyft. Yeah, that little $600 people was making a referral, or that $1,200 they was making a referrals, making these YouTube videos, and they had all these courses, and people were making videos, making money on the monetization of the YouTube videos, and people say sign up under me, and then they want you to do so many deliveries a month, and you put so many miles in your car. Next thing you know, it's time for you to buy another car. It's time for you spending thousands and thousands of dollars to fix your car because you can't afford to get a new one, God forbid. You know, even if you do the leasing, you have to, in order for them to keep the lease car, you got to drive so many miles in order to qualify, and you giving up a bonus. See, people don't tell you the downside. Everybody want to make it so glorious and make it so, oh, you could get an extra $200. You refer so-and-so. If you refer your family, friends, we get $200. We get $100. You can make extra money. You can make extra money just doing referrals alone. And all you're doing is simply saturating the market and lowering the fares. And they did that. I explained that 2 years ago. I told people that. What? Really? So you can't even put Uber Charlotte or Uber Man or Uber Tampa or Uber Dude or nothing. All those people I just named, they got Uber in their name. Now, when do you think it's gonna come aboard? When they're gonna stop? When they're gonna stop people from doing that? That's gonna happen soon enough too. The only reason why they ain't got to it yet is because they have yet to what? As of today? Really? I ain't heard that. I ain't heard they did that. So basically, well, it's not hard to scrub people on YouTube with that name. It ain't hard to scrub. It's very simple to do. So basically, people are gonna get notification from YouTube that you need to remove or change your name. You know, you're gonna have to remove the name, and yes. What? It's on the Uber app? Dang. So that means that if you was on YouTube, let me show y'all the new Chick-fil-A layout, the new one in Stone Mountain. They tore the old one down, and look at the new one. Let me show y'all real quick. You see how they got the sign that says, are you picking up your Chick-fil-A order? And then you go to this screen. That's innovative. I don't understand how they built this brand new Chick-fil-A. They didn't put no outlets near the chairs where people could plug up their phone or whatever. I'm waiting for tea. They taking all day. Oh, really? Well, she ain't gonna be the only one. There's a whole bunch of people that need to figure out their name. Sweet Tea. There's a whole bunch of people that need to figure out a new name. Because I'm gonna put ice in this cup.
How you doing, brother? All right, sir. You good? All right. You all right? My pleasure.
So Uberman, well, he already changed his name to Fat Man or something. And thank you. They put too much. I act like I got no tea at home. Thank you. So let me see. Uberman Tampa, Uberman. Well, he already discontinued his channel. Well, supposedly. Uber Dude. He gonna need to change his. I'm gonna go on YouTube when I get home. Look at all these people. Look at all these people that got these Uber names in their name. I'm surprised they said that now. That's been an infringement on the name from the get-go. I said they can't use Uber in their name or Uber in any promotion. I said that's a infringement. Copy. Uber guy LA. He's asking for money. Really? Well, I better not ask for money for my birthday. So I was saying earlier that I was gonna put a birthday link, but I did the countdown for my 50th birthday. The only reason why I'm gonna do that is because usually the only reason why I was gonna do that was because I wanted to still do something for my birthday celebration and do it as a meet and greet. And I wanted to, oh yeah, I've been knew that, but ain't nobody said nothing for all this time. So they finally decided to catch on and stop doing that. Ooh, it's cold. It is cold. But like I said, they were making money. They were making money because of Uber. And you know what? I won't be surprised if YouTube was to shut down those stations or those channels, because if you're modernizing your videos, that's true. But see, I wouldn't be surprised that that they discontinue their channels or disable those channels because they're making money off the Uber name. And if you're going to be making money, oops. Oh, because he was lying about his profits. What? See. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all, because my damn car mount broke. And I'm in the car now. I'm going back home. I don't know if I should go to Five Below and buy me something. No, I ain't gonna do that. I'll be driving just to be driving around. I ate my dinner. I'm gonna have to stop eating Chick-fil-A. And yesterday was the grand opening of the new Chick-fil-A. Let me show y'all the outside of it. They got these little fancy lights. It look real nice. They tore down the old building and built up a brand new Chick-fil-A building. They got this thing. I know one thing, they didn't make this parking lot any bigger. Shoo. What? Uber LA ain't profitable. I never heard of Uber LA. Are you talking about the black guy with that was doing the limousine, not limousine service. What was he doing? What was his name? He was the black guy. Got on there, start boo-hooing and crying about he was spending thousands of dollars in a lease with an Uber, doing Uber, and he was out there in Los Angeles, in LA, and spent all that money with a it was a BMW or something like that. Uh-oh, y'all. I'm still looking, so it was something crazy that happened that he did. I didn't remember his name being Uber LA. Well, I don't know. I think, yeah, we probably talk about the same person. Yep. I haven't seen his videos in months. Because he got off of YouTube for a month because of something happened. And yeah, he was begging for money. And I don't know, it was just crazy. It was just crazy. Yep, I know who you're talking about. He was telling people he was making, oh my goodness, they got a Sprint store. Let me show y'all real quick. This Sprint store that you see way in the background, that used to be Bank of Wachovia, and it closed down, and now it's a Sprint store. How interesting. Or at least they're not putting another damn liquor store or another damn ghetto-fied supermarket, not supermarket, another damn Family Dollar. Shoot. At least they put a brand new Chick-fil-A in a brand new Sprint store. Hopefully they'll put some other up in, you know, a little upscale looking store around here. Cause see, this area where I'm at in Stone Mountain, East Park Place Boulevard, there was a lot of little places that was closing down, but they had like a whole bunch of fast food. Burger King at the corner over here, Hardee's over here, McDonald's over there, Chick-fil-A there. So I was like, if they build another goddamn fast food place or I see another fast food place up and down this dang Stone Mountain Highway. At least they put a little bit of decent looking things around here. Now, why they put a Goodwill? And why they put some cheesy Beals outlet? And they had a Marshalls and TJ Maxx. Hey Ruthie, look who's in the house. But anywho, at least they putting up a little bit of something, some couple little new establishments up and down this dang street. That's how I know how the things are going. When I first moved and bought my home over here about 7 years now, going on 8, or is it 8 years going on 9? They had that big old Target and they tore it down and closed Target, and then they got a storage place. Then the other night, for the last couple weeks, they had a big haunted house thing, and it was crowded. I was like, wait, I said, dang, I didn't even get to see what it looked like, but it was a haunted house for Halloween. So they probably packing up this weekend and leaving. But anywho, not to be rambling, but all these people with these Uber names in their YouTube, no more. What? They finally doing quests. Hey, they've been doing quests. What? See, that means people ain't doing it no more. For them to offer quests, and you know how they do quests. Wintertime, weather's gonna get bad, and watch Uber Eats cancel, suspend service. See, they'll have a little bit of something going on here and there. But you know what though? Ziffy been bugging me to death about deliveries too. Uh-oh. So Ziffy been getting busy. But I'll probably get off my lazy, you know, I ain't gonna say lazy, but I'll probably do it a couple of days. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I know one thing. Like, I know, Moody, you gotta have to play that sound thing back, because like I was telling everybody, the Live went to the wayside, and prior to that I've only been getting 3 hours for deliveries and hardly not getting anything the last 3 weeks. And I said I was going to tomorrow I was going to go to Carter's Distribution Center up in Brazelton, which is really Lawrenceville. It's not that far. And I was going to work a part-time job in this distribution center at $13 an hour, doing Carter's, which is the children's store. And they're hiring part-time and full-time at nights, and I think during the day too, but I may do nighttime and try to get a couple, you know, try to get like 20 hours or whatever. I don't know. I'll tell y'all tomorrow. I'll be there. I'm going in tomorrow because they have an open house. So I'm gonna work a regular part-time job where I could just drive, go to a particular place, work there, and come home. And I still have Amazon Flex, and I still have Zifty, and I guess I've got Uber Eats again, because Uber Eats notified me to update my records, but I deleted the app, and I don't know if they just needed me to update my documents, but it shows that I'm inactive, so I don't know. Now, I could probably sign up for Uber Eats in that way, but I've been so tired of driving and putting all these miles on my car. I got 133,140 miles on my car, and I already spent probably over $1,000 between tires, brakes, and getting my headlight replaced. And I still need to buy 2 more tires, and I still need to fix something else in this car. And I'm just, it's like, it gets to a point now, I just can't do it anymore. I can't do all these driving around like I used to. So, but it's good, Ruthie, that they got Quest now. So that's a good thing. Me personally, you know, my schedule is somewhat changed too, because it's hard to, I mean, yeah, I could probably still do it like 6 to 10 or 6 to 9 or weekends, but when you're spending way amount of money in gas each week, and the changes of these restaurants, they're not doing Uber. They're not really doing Uber like they used to. It's not busy like they used to. And all these places that uses Uber Eats or even DoorDash and Grubhub, for them, man, it's all fast food restaurants, and I don't see people doing it as anymore. It's not, they're not doing it as much anymore. So it was good when the money was good, you know. I could tell a lot of people dropped off, especially in Atlanta. I could tell they dropped off because I don't see people making videos like they used to. I don't see them making videos like they used to. I don't see people talking about it as much. And I'm not talking about the ones you know that do it full time, like Terry Tips. See, Terry Tips, you know, he's been doing it way before anybody else was doing Uber and Lyft. But I don't even hear him talk about it as much anymore. You know, I think I still got his number too. I may have to call him and see what he's up to. Maybe I could go out for my birthday. I want to do something for my birthday. Even if I don't go out anywhere per se, like a trip, I'm gonna do that trip maybe later on down the road. What? They are moving to regular. Yeah, they are moving to regular jobs. And to me, I think it hurts you, because the longer you stay out of the workforce, you can say, oh, I'm gonna do Uber full time. I'm gonna do it, you know. The further you're away from, unless you're starting your own business, unless you decided, you know what, I'm gonna do my own business and do it full time and concentrate on making money, make your own business, then I could see that being an alternative. But you have to be able to put your money aside and have the money, the seed money, to start a business. Or you in one of those, or you've been working part-time while you establish your business and do Uber. Uber ain't no full, Uber is not a business. Uber is not a business plan, in my opinion, to say, but Uber live and this is my own business. It's not. You want to see the neighborhood? See all these pretty colors in this subdivision? Let me show y'all real quick. Ain't that pretty? Look at the little fall colors. The orange, the reds. So many dang people, they cut the dang tree off in their yard. You can't hardly see the beauty of the subdivision. Alright, I'm about to pull up to my house. Look at that big old tree. It was green last week. And look how it looks now. That one tree got all these damn leaves in the yard. Alright. I'm home now. Look at all the dang leaves. Oh, I got so much to do. Let me show y'all my little garden. My little flower bed, I mean. Now, some of the flowers is fake flowers. It came from the Dollar Tree. So, it's not actual flowers. But I did start it a couple weeks ago. And let me show y'all real quick before I go back in the house. Before I go in the house, rather. Look at all these leaves. I gotta rake up or do something. See, look at this big old tree in front of my house. All these leaves are gonna be right on this damn ground. And look at this. But anywho, so 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I started this flower bed. I put down the black mulch. I trimmed this knockout rose because it was trimmed back to nothing. And look how it grew back into these pink, pretty flowers. But this is the flower bed I started. So I bought me some pansies and some what did I bought? Pansies and something else. Pansies and violas. And I started planting them. Because those big flowers you see, that's fake. That ain't real. But some of the yellow, what do you say will grow back? The weeds. Because I just put these flowers down, but these are annuals. These ain't perennials. But it grew a little bit, but it didn't grow much. But they told me somewhere to, you know, put it in the fall. Oh, the roses. I didn't figure it was going to grow back because I didn't do the other flower bed. That looks... Ooh, it's cold. Let me go in the house. Well, yeah, that's why they told me it was cool weather plants. So it's going to last all the way up into the spring. I didn't buy that much, so I only put a little bit. Hey, cat! Look at this cat. Look. Get away from that window. They climbed in the in the dining room looking out the window. I mean, they literally like put their paws and started lifting up the thing, looking outside, looking at me. They thought they know it. They heard me come. They heard me drove up. Now they probably wonder where's she at? What's she doing? See, those cats got too much freedom, I tell you. They've been all in the freedom of the house. Yeah, but they particularly came to the front windows. I know they be sitting out in the window. Hey. And how did the bowl get pushed into from the living room to the kitchen? See, these cats are a little bit too smart for their own good. This bowl was in the living room. How did this bowl get into the kitchen? They pushed the bowl all the way from the TV room into the kitchen. Because I know I left the bowl closer. What do y'all want? Y'all can't be hungry already. Greedy ass cats. Oh, Lord. Let me go ahead and give them their little dinner. See, next thing you know, they'll open up the pantry and get into the cat food if they knew how to open the door. But see, I don't leave the door open. I don't leave the bag open because I know they'll probably jump in the bag and eat out of the bag. pretty much growing though. You get some, you get some. Okay. Come on, stop that. One person eat on one side of the bowl, the other person eat on the other side of the bowl. They got two bowl things. Look at them. Let me show y'all these. See, look at them. All right, they settled. One of the cats want to eat at the other side, on the same side, and push the other one aside. And they both got food in two different bowls. Maybe. Get out of that pantry. Get out. Get. You want to be in there? Let me lock you in there. Now get out. Get. Out of this pantry so I can close the door. Go and eat. I think they slick. What? See, y'all act like y'all wanted something to eat, but let me close this window. It's cold in this house. Ooh. Yeah, I fed them dry kibble. They've been eating dry kibble. Yeah, I've been feeding them that dry kibble. Oh, I swear. Can't tell what they want. What y'all meowing about? I know one thing, they've been destroying my house. I come home, it's like somehow or another they get on top of something and I see something, and then next thing you know, I see the thing on the floor. I'm like, how the hell did y'all get into certain things? Oh, anywho. Get. Well, like I said, I'm going to see if I get back into doing the deliveries again. But I'm going to be strategic when I do it. One thing I could say with Zifty doesn't have a big, huge area that you have to go to, but pretty much they still serve certain areas of Atlanta. I just have to drive into Atlanta since they're not anywhere around the house. But pretty much they pay about the same, even if there was a bonus. You know, they give you the extra $1 bonus for the power hour. Hold on, y'all. So, anywho, anywho, my days of gig jobs is about to come to an end. But I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know. Like I said, hey, quick. Like I said, it serves its good purpose, and you know, sometimes you have to start exploring other new things, you know. And I'm not talking about doing, no, let me do Uber Eats and then we do Grubhub, we do Deliv. I'm talking about doing something totally different to the point where you don't have to be driving as many miles in your car, especially if you've been doing it 2 years. It's been over 2 years since I've been on YouTube talking about these gig jobs. Because I started, let me see, July, August. Yep, it's been about 2.5, it's going on 2.5 years. And 2.5 years, I think it's fair for me to say I am 90% finished. And, like I said, just keep things in your other pocket, Say, if I want to resume to do it again, you still able to do it. But sometimes, the same way how these companies could cancel one's contract, sometimes you got to cancel and dismiss your, in your relationship with these companies. They need us more than we need them. That most people may not want to believe. And it gets to the point where you have to say, you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm not making any money. Why should you continue keep doing it? They always going to have a whole new crop of people who's going to do it. And they may not do it for any long length of time. People can't do this. You can't do this job. You can't do those gig jobs for a whole long length of time. You just can't. You just can't. It gets to the point where you have to kind of like say to yourself and look at your numbers. When you look at your numbers and you look at what you spend, if it gets to the point where you coming out $1,000 just to do basic stuff, gas. I mean, not gas. I'm spending money on basic things like for brakes and 2 tires, and I spent over $1,000. And not exactly, Lynn. Not for what they're paying now. Not for what they're paying now. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it. People who want to take Uber or Lyft, they paying next to nothing. What makes you think you're going to get anything from that? All these people who proclaim to be making $2,000 a week. I'm making this. Come on now. The only reason why, if you're even making that, I noticed some people that won in Chicago, the bearded one. He used to always talk about bragging all the time. He was bragging at first, months ago. I'm making 1,600, 1,500, but that's between 2 different platforms, and you piecing money together. Now, I don't hear him talk about he's making these big bucks. I notice. See, I hear the it's legalized death with Uber, the triple dip and take 35 from restaurant. Exactly. Why you think these restaurants that I'm normally used to pick up food from And I know when I used to go into these restaurants, Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, DoorDash, Amazon Food, all of the people were in the restaurant picking deliveries. It used to get to the point where it was so many people doing deliveries that I used to bump into the same people. I'll be seeing the same people on doing the circuit, whether it be during lunchtime, during the weekday, or weekends. And I used to see a whole bunch of people who had like 3 different bags in their car doing deliveries. Those restaurants were crowded with deliveries. They getting 35%, 30%, 25%, and all these percentages giving it away to these companies. And then at the same time, it was so busy that they couldn't even keep a staff of people to cook the food. And they're like seeing people coming, picking up food, leaving, and they thinking, shoo, how much money are they making doing these deliveries? They weren't getting paid. They weren't paying restaurant people to cook the food. They weren't getting paid no $15, $16. They weren't making that good money, especially if you had a small restaurant. If big fast food restaurants like Chick-fil-A and KFC, if they're not paying people $15 to cook, they turning the app off. I had restaurants tell me they didn't have a staff to keep up with the people in the restaurant so much to do deliveries that they shut their app off because it was too much for them to do, and they didn't have the staff. They couldn't pay their employee. They couldn't hire employees to do the cook. They're not going to pay anything. These big restaurants, how much do you think those people get paid per hour to be a cook? They don't get paid that much money. They get paid very little. Trust and believe. So if it was at a regular restaurant, fast food paying people that, can you imagine those small mom and pop restaurants? They had the mama in the kitchen. They had family, especially those foreign restaurants, foreigners. Indian people and people from these different countries. All those people who worked for them, they were either the owners or the family members working together, and they was working all day. If they was working all day, so how are they gonna give 35%, 30%, and all these percentages to all these different companies because people want to use the app to order food? You know how old that got? That got old real quick. That got old real quick. And therefore, when their contract ended, because I knew, that's why when I was doing it, I was always asking those people who do the restaurants, and I would ask them questions. I said, how do y'all sign up as a restaurant? How much do you pay? They told me it was $500 per box, per restaurant for Uber. That's just the box for them to get the tablet. $500 per tablet per restaurant, plus 35% of the receipts. Mostly fast food. Yeah, they reduced it because they're doing more fast food. But from a restaurant perspective, purpose is the restaurant was paying $500 plus or $1,000 or whatever it was for the tablet. And the tablet they had to pay, and then they paid 35% to Uber, and then if the ones who had the multiple companies doing the deliveries, 35% of each orders they had went to each of the respective companies. Exactly. And therefore, they still have to pay the cook, but then if the cook gets, people are getting overwhelmed because they see that, you know what, it ain't worth it. That's why so many of these places have their own, yeah, you can choose your order, but it's still not profitable for a small restaurant. And then you go to fast food places, yeah, they worth millions of dollars and stuff like that. They could probably do it, but how many people you think somebody gonna spend all that extra money at at Chick-fil-A to get their food delivered to Chick-fil-A? Hell no. How old is that? Order Wendy's and you get DoorDash, the delivery is free. It ain't exactly, it's not profitable. So why would I wanna so why would I wanna I spent $7 for Chick-fil-A. What makes you think I'm gonna order on the app and order Chick-fil-A and pay $9, $10 for Chick-fil-A? I'm not paying no expensive high end fast food places to get my food delivered for fast food. Ain't nobody eat fast food like that. Not to be ordering to no Uber Eats. Now McDonald's, well, let me tell you, this is how I know Uber Eats has declined, or these food apps when it comes to fast food has declined. You always know for a fact that when McDonald's, that's why you know McDonald's used to be, people always say, "Ooh, I'm gonna go to McDonald's," because you will always get McDonald's orders for Uber Eats. Boom, boom, boom. Now I don't see that. I don't see that like it used to be. I don't see that. People used to complain about picking up McDonald's orders because they think they weren't getting paid a lot. But you weren't traveling anywhere. You could do a bunch of McDonald's orders all day long. And if it was part of the quest and you do so many deliveries, yeah, it was good when you was getting the quest. How many people doing that now? None. None. And I'm going to tell you, Uber Eats is going to have it where you're going to have to travel a far distance to pick up the food order to deliver it. And it ain't going to be worth it. Yeah, who's going to do $3.18 for McDonald's to pick up food? And I'm going to tell you, Uber Eats is going to have you go just like DoorDash. You're going to have to drive a bigger window to travel. And that goes for Grubhub too. Who's going to travel 30 miles, 30 minutes to go and pick up a food order, to pick up something? Because they're not going to pay you to drive to the restaurant. Now, one thing I can say with Zifty will pay you to will drive from where you are to that restaurant. They'll pay for that mileage. That's one thing I have to say with that Zifty. That's why it all breaks even and it all comes out to be about the same. But they also have a smaller window of delivery service too. So, you know, I may do Zifty tomorrow. Just because it's getting colder. I'm going to go out there just to see what I'm going to make. I'll let y'all know tomorrow. Yeah, you have to order and pay. But how long it took you to, how DoorDash, how long you had to go to that McDonald's to pick up that food? And I'm gonna tell you, the only reason why it probably was $8 was because they probably didn't tip, so they have to give you the supplement, the minimum. But let's say that customer tipped. If that person had tipped you, trust me, DoorDash didn't give you a lot. I'd be curious to know what the tip amount was on that McDonald's, but you'll never know. Because DoorDash groups it all together, and you don't know where you getting, you don't know how, you don't know what you're getting in tips and what's giving you as a regular delivery fee. So it's hard to say. It is hard to say. Yeah, they hide everything on DoorDash. That's why I know they was full of shit, because I did one delivery one day when I did DoorDash, and I said, I'm curious, how much is it was a tip and how much was the delivery fee? And I know for a fact that dumb nigga didn't give no damn tip. So I did that one delivery, and they thought they were slick. It took a long time for them to show it. And I had another block in between, and when I started it, what was the thing? the tip was pretty good, but the delivery fee was like $1. It was some BS. I said, this is full of crap. So when it did show up, it showed up like that. The person gave me a tip, and DoorDash gave me the minimum delivery fee. Oh yeah, that's what I did. And when I did that, that's when I saw the breakdown. So I already knew that's what DoorDash does. DoorDash, if the customer gives you a good tip, they're not going to tip you. They're not going to give you the delivery fee. They'll give you the minimum. Exactly. They look at the distance. If it was a short distance, get out of this bathroom. Get out. These dead cats, boy. Get out of here. Get. You heard me. This dang Socks is defiant. She act like, show her. Why are you on my world tub laying? Get out of here. Get. You know what they're scared of? They're scared of the vacuum cleaner. When I turn the vacuum cleaner or even touch the vacuum cleaner, they be running. Watch this. Let me turn the camera around. Watch this. Look how fast they're going to go. Let me turn the camera. Uh-oh. Look how fast they're going to run. Oh, they trapped. See, they trapped in the bathroom. I would turn on the vacuum cleaner and they'd be running down real quick downstairs. Now they're trying to act all. Get out here. You're tracking up my clean bathroom floor. Look at them. What are y'all doing? No, you didn't. You hear her? I know you ain't doing that to me. Come here. What you doing, huh? Say hey. Get out. Come here, Mittens. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Your sister gonna be hissing at me like she crazy. Come here, you. Come here. Come here. Come. Come here. I ain't talking to you. Come here, Mittens. Grubhub started sending me Grubhub started sending me $5 payouts, 3 in a row, and on my schedule block. Was all those deliveries fast food? Yeah, and the thing that's bad about that is when they start doing that, that's when the problem arises. Yep, that is so true. Oops, everybody left. Well, I had another phone call to take. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll let y'all know about the part-time gig job.